Quiet quitting means that when somebody asks you to do something that's not in your contract, you don't do it.
For something with quiet in the name, quiet quitting is making a lot of noise on social media.
Not doing the job of 2 to 3 people, stuff like that.
The name itself is misleading.
It's not quitting your job as much as it is setting boundaries for yourself.
April Broderson is a management professor at MSU Denver. She says the increased attention on quiet quitting stems from the COVID-19 pandemic, when many people were forced to work from home.
With all that's happened, we've kind of reassessed what we value and what we want, and work, which used to be kind of top of the priority list for many, is now not.
This comes as a Gallup poll finds employee engagement has dipped for the first time in a decade, from 36% in 2020 down to 34% in 2021 to only 32% this year. Experts warn managers not to be turned off by this trend, but say it might actually be to your benefit to lean in.
I think it would be wise for bosses and employers to pay attention to this phenomenon, especially given the fact that the people that are quiet quitting are probably going to be your top performers.
Broderson says if you notice this in your workplace, it could be indicative employees are feeling underappreciated or undercompensated. And this is an opportunity to create a work environment where employees feel safe to say so.
Have open and honest conversations and let people know if you're comfortable with it. This is kind of like a step to prevent burnout.
Broderson says it could be to a boss's benefit to actually encourage their employees to implement these boundaries. She says people who avoid burnout and maintain a healthy work-life balance are going to be higher performers. She says research has proven they stay more motivated, they're more engaged, and that actually means they are likely to stick around a lot longer, something a boss certainly wants to hear.
Yeah. There is something to be said for,
Attention.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have a really good personal life. I feel like you're really good at setting that boundary.
Yeah, well, I think it depends on the job, too. I mean, our job just naturally calls for more hours because the news happens all the time. Firefighters, jobs like that, they have to work more. But some people's jobs, you can do that.
Right, you can scale back. Yeah. This is so interesting, though, because we were talking about how just a couple years ago, the whole thing was the hustle culture, right? And now it's completely changed.
Right. I mean, we were talking about that cliche that a lot of people used to say, rise and grind.
Yeah.
We all remember that. People were putting it on their coffee mugs. Now a popular saying is, act your wage, do what you need to do. Yeah, you like that one? Do what you need to do and get out. And when you're out, don't think about work, and then put all that energy into what you like. So when you come back, you give us 100% of your time.
Yeah. Interesting.
All right, so how do you show up at work? Do you go above and beyond, or do you do just your job? 56% saying go above and beyond, 44% just the job.
I think a lot of people are still going to say, we're still in that rise and grind attitude. We were born to do a lot of that.
Yeah.
That was definitely ingrained.
I think so. And if people like their job, they will probably naturally just do that.
Right.
And if they don't, they probably won't. So 350 votes or so. Thank you very much for taking part.